mood.
Hi guys.
We are live.
I'm just waiting for this to start. It hasn't actually. There we go. Now it's started. Whew. So did you have a set of questions, honey? Did you mark them all down that you wanted to ask us and ask people in the...
Yeah, I marked in and around the overall topics, and I thought we could all just build from there and like exchange. And if something pops in your head too that you want to include, guys, feel free. So I guess I should start out for those also that'll probably watch this back later. I did want to put the dates so people understood the generations we're talking about. So from 1965 to 1980 are the Gen Xers. And then we got 1981 to 1996, the millennials, and 1997 to 2015, according to Google, for Gen Z. So I guess we could all just introduce ourselves and say what generation we're in if you want before we get started.
I'm X. I was born in 1971. So I'm a Generation X. You guys know me.
And I'm a millennial, 87.
And I'm also X, which I'm 1969.
I'm millennial, 1992.
I'm Gen X, 2002.
I am Gen Z, 2005.
Yeah.
I meant to say Gen Z.
Right.
I was born in the wrong era.
I was. Okay. I wish I was.
My daughter said she wanted to be born like around our time because she wanted to go to what is it, Woodstock? Yeah, Woodstock.
Oh, I would have loved to experience that. Totally. And yeah, I see we got 3, but just trying to give people a little bit of time. But so one of the first things I did want to ask you guys, though, is we'll go around and we'll all kind of answer to the best of our knowledge. Then I'll say what the stupid stereotypes are, just to laugh, like really, because they're just funny and out there. But what do you guys, Gen Xers, think that your stereotype would have been for your generation?
Gosh, I don't know. Maybe just like, a stereotype. I don't know that we've seen it both ways because we've seen it before,
Bill and Ted
after technology.
And you're right on with that, because one of the most well-known stereotypes for your generation was that you were the generation that had the least adult supervision, playing outside, all day, but at nighttime, you knew your ass better be inside.
Yes. Yep. That is very true.
Mm-hmm.
And also, yeah, you better be in. And I found out that, another stereotype is you guys invested solely on your careers too, which I want to add in there. Yeah, because you guys were the ones that went through the Great Recession and actually came out and like bounced back from that, and the only generation that was able to do that. For the millennials, I know that our stereotypes are we're the entitled, lazy, snowflake generation that just can't adult today and loves our caffeine and avocado.
I could see that.
You know how many times I've used that though? Like, I can't adult today, but that is actually a millennial stereotype, and I found that hilarious.
I could see that.
What would you think, Michaela? Any thoughts or ideas on what you might have even heard others say about our generation?
We should say really quick that Michaela is Carla's oldest daughter.
Yeah.
Then we've got Taylor down here, which is Carla's youngest daughter. That is Liam. Oh, there he goes. That's Liam, which is Michaela's oldest boy. And then, of course, Courtney's oldest son, Josh, right?
Right.
Oh, all right.
I don't really know. Honestly, what you said, I've heard. I've heard that. So, yeah.
Our generation's greatness is known for us being the pioneers of the digital world and, and the technology. So I found that interesting. Josh, or I'm sorry, Taylor, what are your guys' thoughts? What do you think your generation is like most stereotyped as in your opinion? Or if
We're
any?
known for a lot of internet challenges. The cinnamon challenge, ice bucket, eating Tide Pods. Yeah, Tide Pods was a big one.
That's funny.
I will never understand that. I swear.
I wrote challenges in because that is one of their stereotypes is the trends, and then it's like they'll do them over and over, different people, but it never really gets boring till it does, type of thing. And I always told my son too, I'll pick on him. I'm like, your generation would be the one if a zombie apocalypse broke out, you would fight for, zombie rights.
Oh, that's fun.
But their generation is known for they're the digital native generation because they were kind of born at the peak of that. All right, so I guess we can get into the fun stuff now. Alrighty, we will start, I guess, with the Gen Xers and go down answering the questions, if that's cool with everyone. Let me get my notes here. All right, the first one, slang translations, if you're up for it. I could give a few examples. One of them I have is, what about a phrase or a word for describing someone freaking out or being annoying around you, like one of your friends or
a spaz or spazzing.
Yeah.
I have a cow. Don't have a cow, man.
Yeah, don't have a cow, man.
love that. For me, I think it was like, you're tripping. Like,
You're
tripping. Man.
Yeah.
Gen Zers?
Bet. Like someone will be like, let's go to the movies, and you're like, bet.
What about you, Josh? Can you think of one?
No, I actually can't.
Really? Come on.
The only one I had to think of is tripping because my mom learned me that, okay?
Oh, okay. All right.
There's
Michaela,
other ones.
is there anything that you could think of?
And tripping was a good one because I use that so much.
Oh, I know what you say, Josh. Take 7 seats. I've heard you guys saying that like so many times when someone's like spazzing out or they're being annoying.
Yeah, or making a scene.
Or making a scene.
Yeah.
And
All right. What about a word or phrase to describe your friends or peers? Did you guys have like a certain word for that?
dude and dudette.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
Bro.
Yo, dude.
I think ours was like dog, cuz, bro. Like
Cuz. I remember that.
Bailey says, "Bra." Hey, bra.
bruh. What about for your friends, Josh?
Fam. Definitely.
Damn. Oh, yep, I've heard that.
So then what do you say for family?
Oh, family? Like Fame Jam?
That's great.
Would you agree with that, Taylor?
Yeah.
All right. So what about a phrase or a word you would use if something was going down? Like if you got plans in the works, something's happening, how would you?
Or if something just happened, shit just hit the fan.
Yeah.
Shit just hit the fan. Or shit's about to go down. Or
Yeah.
That's what we would say.
I don't think it was as much slang for us as what it is more now. I don't think there was for us.
We just partied a lot. Yeah.
Didn't your generation wear like the roach clips in the hair too? Like I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Feathers or the bird. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the feathers with the beads and on the rawhide rope hanging in the hair. And that was before us too. That was like the flower children. So that was like the baby boomers, like mom and them.
Hi Maria. Hi Jezebel and KB. Welcome guys.
We would love to hear what you guys have to say also.
Yes, please do. Because yeah, so what about a word for they're attractive? Like what would you say if you saw someone in high school and like you found them attractive? What would be like
smoking.
Yeah.
Or for Foxy. Yeah. I think the song Foxy Lady. Yeah.
I think it was like fine for us. That was really big. Like they fine,
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh goodness, what's the deal?
Hot. Yes, hot was another one.
No.
So hot, yeah.
What about you, Josh?
For me, it's more like she
lit.
Yeah, she'd be lit, or she's looking fire today, or something like that.
Someone.
What did you say?
I said
they look like a snack.
No, I said she'd be looking fire or something like that.
Yeah. And snack. Yeah, that I think I have heard that recently too come up. Yeah, good one.
That's funny.
What about a slang word for if you're really pissed, like infuriated? Did you guys, or if you were explaining like if someone was fighting or like
shit be going down. Really have a whole bunch of slang, or shit be hitting the van, or I'm just pissed.
You're pissed.
Somebody's ass kind of thing. Yeah.
For me, it was like I'm gonna beast or Hulk out. Like if we're talking to our friends and like something's amiss, I'm a beast or Hulk out, man. Watch. Like
I've always said you don't want to see me angry because I get big and green. Yeah. What about you guys?
Oh yeah. I heard that a lot with this one still.
I'm about to snap.
Snap. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, Michaela, I remember that.
Yep.
What about you, Josh?
Well, for me, it's you mad, bro.
See, I would look at that like they're crazy. From my time, that would have been they're like crazy. You done lost your shit or something. But shit was a big word.
Also, like I've heard
Still
big
is.
mad.
Yeah.
Big man. I've heard that too.
What about you, Taylor?
Someone is pressed.
Pressed.
Yeah, like you're pressed.
I've heard that recently as well. And I guess we could just name random ones since I'm not too familiar with like too many different slang words outside my generation. So if we have any we want to add, I guess we can do that now. Popular phrases or slang. Starting with you and Carla, if you'd like.
Totally tubular. That was like in the 80s around Valley Girl, or totally
No
awesome.
way.
Yes. No way. No shit, Sherlock. See, there's
Yeah,
that shit again.
I think I heard my mom say "gag me" before.
Gag me with the spoon. Gag me with the spoon. Choke me with the fork. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember things like skirt. You know, it meant like stop or like pull over. Like if you're riding with your friends. I remember like, oh, bye, Felicia.
Oh,
Yeah. That's a good one.
Or swerve to like avoid something. And then I think we also started like the clap with attitude, like in between saying when we got mad, it was just like, you're not listening type of thing.
That's funny.
you're not listening.
I don't really remember.
I just remember clap on, clap off.
It didn't have to be like you're not listening. It could be in between like anything, but if we're trying to emphasize or like stress a point, just being extra, I guess. I don't know.
We used to say gnarly too.
Gnarly. Yeah.
Gnarly?
My high.
Yeah.
Gnarly, dude.
Totally gnarly, man.
What are some other
Jeff
ones?
Spicoli.
Yeah.
What was that?
Jeff Spicoli from Fast Times at Richmond High.
Oh.
It was one of those epic. And see, for us, probably like you guys, a lot of movies dictated, you know, like for us, it was like the Rat Pack. Wasn't it the Rat Pack?
I think music had an influence on ours a lot too.
MTV for us too.
Yeah. Yep.
What are some other slang words from your generation, Josh? Just share a couple with us, please.
Well, if you were rich but ghetto, it would be bougie. If you're juzz, it would be you're salty. Here's my favorite one. Yeet. That's my favorite one.
Explain what yeet is, please.
Yeet is something if let's say if you're like, say if you're like throwing something with like all your might, then you just yell yeet.
Okay.
Like, where the hell did that come from? I mean, I'm thinking of yeast when you say yeet.
That's what I think of too. I don't even
get it.
They just came home one day screaming it and throwing things all over my house. And I'm going, what? What about you, Taylor?
Tea was a big one. It's like a synonym for gossip.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's sip some tea, okay?
Let's spill the tea. Let's throw the tea on the ground.
My favorite thing they always do is, so I had to do it myself.
Okay.
You're walking past and they go, look.
Love that.
Of course I go.
Yeah, what Carla and I do every time before we get started on the membership things, I always go, how you doing? From Joey from Friends. How you doing?
For our next round, what about things that were popular in your high school days? What were some common things you'd wear, like trends or things you'd do that were like, you know, the thing to do in your time?
At one point, like around the time of like flock of seagulls and stuff like that, you seen a lot of like hair go up. So I had like hair off just to one side. It was really dorky. I look back now and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking?
I remember definitely standing with my head upside down in a can of Aquanet. It sounded like this, like yeah.
It's so hard you go like this, it would not move. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
How many cans of hairspray did you go through?
Usually like a can a week.
One at a time.
Yeah, right. Like a can a week. And we're talking about the big cans of Aquanet. And it was like, you walk, I mean,
It was horrible.
you
No.
walk out of the bathroom and it's like,
Anything, I think our generation might have been known for killing the ozone then, probably.
I wished I had some pictures here. You would see my pic. Even when I got married, my wedding picture, my hair is like, it's like taking over my husband's face. It's like he's like in the curve.
Like he had all the hair.
Oh god. I'll have to show you one of these times if I can find it. Oh.
I agree with that. Yeah, I remember when.
Crop tops, you know.
Oh, you mean like that? Like the whatever thing?
We'd go like this. Like rock on, dude, or party on, Wayne. Party on, Gar.
Yep.
So I mentioned before, like CD players were cool in our day. What was for your like music and maybe some popular songs or dances?
Well, the boombox that you can see the retro with the tape that down. Like our vehicles had the tape players, and the problem with the tape players is the tape would start getting undone, or like, you know, however many times you've used it, it would get loose. So you'd see people going like this, constantly rewinding them, or having to pull it out completely, slowly take the film out and roll it back in. You would make like playlists and shit like that, and we'd have the boom boxes. I think our boom boxes on the shoulder was like the equivalent of like the pants falling all the way down. That was
and breakdancing.
Break dancing, yes.
Yeah. Ooh. What group, just out of curiosity, what like clique did you hang out in high school, or did you not even have one?
Rockers.
Yeah.
The rockers.
I was the only one though, but
you were the only rocker in your group.
Yeah, so popular like songs or music, our generation I think came with certain songs you did certain dances to, and it was like one of the biggest things that we did, especially like partying and yeah, I was definitely goth as fuck. I love that. Yeah. So things I remember in my day would be like, and this probably came a little later in my teens. Earlier, it was very much that 90s, like emo rock, you know, punk stuff. But later, I think I remember like lean with it, rock with it, like the, I did it wrong. Hold on. I don't remember. Anyway, like the Pool Palace or Walk It Out, the Dougie, like
Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
I think it was the jive or do the hustle.
When did Electric Slide come out?
No, ours was the Hokey Pokey, wasn't it? No.
You do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. No, we were like
Macarena.
Jump, was big.
Oh
1984.
yeah, jump. Yeah.
So when we would go to the dances, everyone at the same time might as well jump. Everyone would jump and reach for the sky and shit like that. And
Headbanging. We didn't really dance.
shaking your hips and stuff like that, moving your stuff like that. We did that, but there was no like choreographed dances and stuff.
Wow, that's interesting to me. Wow. Yeah, the Macarena. I remember when that came out too. Yeah, definitely. What about?
Sorry.
It's okay.
What about you guys, Taylor and Josh?
Well, for what was big in my days was TikTok, or go to the park with my boys, play some basketball.
What about dances or like popular?
What was it? Gangnam Style thing.
I am
Oh
very
my god,
disappointed.
Gangnam Style.
Oh yeah, that was actually one of my favorite dances.
Yeah, he does it well.
That's great. Can you do that right now, or?
He probably could. Like he.
Wait, you want me to do the
could.
Whoop Gumma style?
Yeah,
Do it.
do it.
I challenge you. I dare you.
He's like,
I
all
have
right,
to do
it's on.
this. I have to do this. I just have to.
Okay.
We can't play
He
music
is
though. 'cause
definitely
of-
your son.
Oh,
Right on.
Do the whoa.
Oh, the whoa. You want me to do the whoa? I can do
Yeah.
this all day.
And show us the mop.
Oh, I'm not.
Rolly.
You got the flaws.
Oh, flaws, yes.
You got the flaws. You got like
Hype.
the wiggle. You got that.
Hype. Thank you for that.
That was awesome.
You know what? For me, it was the Carlton dance.
Oh, you used to do it really good too.
The Carlton dance.
You can do that, Josh. That's the Fortnite. They did the Carlton.
Oh, that thing. No, definitely not.
We would joke around.
I'll probably break my knee.
I also remember like sneaking out of football games too was popular in my time. And DVDs came out in our time along with the start of social media like Zanga and MySpace.
I used to have a Zanga.
Did you?
Yeah.
What about Vampire Freaks? Like I used to love vampirefreaks.com. It was more for like very gothic, but it was great. I miss them
We
days.
had a MySpace.
I had a
I remember in 1995, we got our first computer, and it was the AOL. Instead of, like the movie, You've Got Mail, it was You Have Mail. And the dial-up sounds and all that, it would take forever to get onto the internet. You guys have no idea. You younger ones have no idea. I mean, 10 minutes just waiting to get on the internet. You guys
And that
think
lovely voice.
Oh yeah.
Man, what was that?
yeah.
I remember when Google came out. I remember in like high school for me, Google came out and everyone was like crowded in the computer lab going, look, you can literally search anything in here. And then we all like decided to be smart asses and put in like certain things. And that's back before, they had censored a lot. But yeah, the start of Google. Oh, do you Yahoo? Oh, chat rooms too got really big.
Yahoo
like,
chat room.
yeah.
Yes. Do you guys remember
ASL.
what the first movie was that you went and seen?
In theater? Titanic? No?
I think mine was like E.T. and Jaws.
Well, didn't we see that at the drive-in?
Yes, we went to the drive-in to see those.
Oh, that's right. You guys have drive-ins.
Or Pink Floyd's The Wall.
And I tell you, I've watched like MTV now. It's nothing now like what it used to be.
No,
When it first came out, it was videos nonstop all day.
Yeah.
And
That's
it was
all we
mainly
do before school every day is watch MTV music videos.
Yep. I used to watch Headbangers Ball like every
us.
Yeah.
What about iconic musicians in our day? Like some of just a few of the biggest ones.
AC/DC.
I had Bon Jovi and Motley Crue and Rat on my walls.
Cinderella. Don't forget about Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Poison. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to rock concerts. We met Poison.
Ooh, lucky.
Some members of White Snake.
Yeah. Vivian Campbell.
Yeah. He actually signed my jean jacket, but I don't know what happened to my jean jacket, but he signed it.
Oh, that is cool. Let's see. So for rap, I believe it was like Little John, Ludacris, Tupac, and then for like rock, it was Green Day for me. Who else? AFI, My Chemical Romance, Linkin Park.
Linkin Park, yes.
Yes.
I wish.
What about Nirvana? Was around like the 90s, early 90s.
Yes, Nirvana, man.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Amy Lee, Evanescence came out too, in my high school days.
The 90s were awesome for music also. All that alternative rock. I loved it.
I love it.
For me, I was a big NSYNC fan. I love me.
NSYNC.
Middle school. No, good one. I forgot all about them because that's a big part of my younger childhood or middle school years. We all had one of the NSYNC or Backstreet Boys that we were all crushing on.
They used to put the NSYNC promo CDs inside McDonald's Happy Meals for kids. I remember I used to make mom take me. I had 5 NSYNC CDs just for McDonald's because I was like, I hold them.
And I used to call them Instinct.
Whatever.
Just to irritate me.
Yeah, but you guys laugh, but you know what it was for us? The boy band that was for us? Menudo. Remember Menudo?
Oh, Menudo.
Oh, that's another good one, Jezebel. She put Eminem. We cannot forget about Slim Shady because he was a big deal in our time too.
Sure.
Right?
It was Run DMC for us. That's when we really started recognizing rap because they did Walk This Way with Aerosmith. Yeah.
Joy, pump it up. Pain, sunshine, and rain. Y'all started that. I love that. No.
I don't know even what that is.
It really?
I'm not a huge rap
Oh,
person.
they sing It Takes Two. What's their name? Robin Bass.
Oh.
They're not pop though. They were 80s rap, I think, or maybe they were early 90s. I don't remember.
I listened to a lot of Good Charlotte and Simple Plan
Oh,
when I was in high school.
I saw Simple Plan.
Me too. I met them twice. They're amazing.
Oh my gosh. I really liked you.
Let's talk.
Yeah, Gen Zers. Who's big right now?
I don't really listen to today's music, but when I was younger, I was really into One Direction. Niall Horan, he was my go-to.
I think a lot of I think One Direction was like our equivalent to NSYNC.
Bailey loves Hosier.
What about
Well,
you, John?
6ix9ine was one of them for me, but he's gone.
Cancel.
Little Skies. Then there's the baby. Let's see here.
The baby.
Anna Choppa. The list goes on for me. Okay. For all my rappers.
She's a new one.
I don't even know any of them.
Doja Cat. I like Doja Cat. She's a new one too. She's good.
Billie Eilish.
I like Billie Eilish.
I like
She's
Billie
really
Eilish.
good.
I do
I've
too.
never heard of any of her stuff. I know who she is, but I've never heard her stuff.
Also, Marshmallow. Marshmallow is one of them too.
Yeah.
Who was that? Oh, Triple X. And
Oh yeah, in Juice WRLD.
I like Highly Suspect.
Oh yeah,
Oh, and Travis Scott too. Forgot about Travis.
Travis Scott.
well, that is kind of all I had written, but anything else we want to bring up from our generations, guys? This was
The movies. What movies at that time? Because we
that's
had
a good
Pretty in
one.
Pink and Breakfast Club and
Yes. St. Elmo's Fire.
oh yeah, those are like
Yeah.
classics now. But
Mhm.
still, I'd watch them again.
I think for us it was Save the Last Dance.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh, that movie changed my whole I loved that movie so much. Yes. What was another one?
Yes, he was. Ricky Martin was in Menudo.
Oh, she loved Ricky.
I didn't even know that.
Wham. You remember Wham?
Yeah, Wham. Yeah.
Wake me up.
Before you go. Yeah.
What was another one that was really impactful?
Oh, I know a movie.
I mean, I know Titanic came out too, but that one, I think everybody loved, not just our
Harry Potter
generation.
was a huge one.
Oh yeah,
Harry
for
Potter.
millennials, Harry Potter was really big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's another one?
Honey, I think was big.
Uh,
Again, dance videos. You got Drumline and you got Served and Step Up. The Step Up.
Yeah.
The Step Up movies. Yeah, I think our generation really just took dance to a whole new thing. That's wow. Oh, that's a great movie.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh,
What one was it?
The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that made me cry.
Pitch Perfect was a big one too. Everyone did the cup song.
The scary movie films, the comedy skits. We had spoof movies where that and the Blair Witch Project.
Our generation,
Yeah.
Jason and Freddy Krueger.
Came from ours. Yes. But we actually, when we were young adults, is when the first parody movies started coming out, Loaded Weapon, and because it was the spoof of Lethal Weapon,
Yeah.
Loaded Weapon, and Hot Shots.
Yeah, that's true. Airplane.
Airplane.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes, I loved Airplane.
Shirley, you can't be serious.
I am serious.
Stop calling me Shirley.
I like it on airplane when the woman is on the airplane and she's getting like hysterical, and all of a sudden you see this whole line of people. Some had bats, some had guns. They were all just gonna beat the shit out of her. And then the other part where the two guys were sitting there and they were talking jive. And then the little old white lady starts talking jive with them. I was like, oh, they're like, what?
I have no idea what we're talking about.
The first parody movies actually came from our generation.
Really? I didn't know that. I mean, I figured that's what you were talking about. I just didn't. I don't think I knew that.
Airplane is the name of one. You will die laughing. It's so funny.
I'm gonna check that. Porky's. My mom showed me Porky's.
Yeah.
Police Academy. All the Police Academy movies also came from ours.
Yeah. You remember this from Porky's? Mike Hunt? Is there a Mike Hunt? Is there a Mike Hunt here?
My favorite Porky scene is the cemetery. When he runs out in front of the cops, stark naked in the cemetery, and they're going like this, and then suddenly the drunk guy in the costume stands in front of the police, and he's going, woogie. The look on their faces was epic.
Hey, Carla, do you remember the movie Humanoids from the Deep?
Oh my gosh.
And do you remember what I called it?
That what?
Do you remember what Vi called it instead of hemorrhoids? Or
Yeah, that.
yeah, it was called Humanoids from the Deep. It messed up. We were all sitting there watching. It was like a scary movie of these creatures that came out of the swamps. This is when we were kids.
They were reptilian.
Reptilian. Oh my God! So
And they mated with women.
Yeah, they made it with women. Oh my God!
That's what the next sisterhood chat needs to be about.
And Vi was sitting there, a family friend, and somebody had asked the name of it, and Vi said it was hemorrhoids from the deep. It was funny.
Oh yeah, Jurassic Park and Independence Day. The Craft, yes.
Yes.
The Craft. That was an
That
excellent
was a
movie.
good one.
Well,
The
this was
original
fun.
hit movies. Yes.
Oh yeah.
The Bee, Carlo. The
What?
series The Bee in the 80s.
The V. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yep. They remade that. Also, that's this generation has a lot of remakes of stuff from our time. I think that's cool.
I think that's cool too. I want to see Cruella. I cannot wait.
Oh my gosh, me too. I just heard. I was like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well. So cute. I remember when you were that little.
Oh, not now, Mom, please.
Oh my god. Yeah, Angel and Storm.
Buffy was my favorite. I swear I've seen every episode, and then every episode Angel. You know.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Spike. Yeah.
Spike.
I love Spike. I was in love with Spike my whole childhood.
Me too. He was the.
I was like, screw Angel.
He was a hottie.
I couldn't decide who I liked more, Damon from Vampire Diaries or Eric Northman from True Blood. It was so difficult.
No
Just
one
love
agrees
Spike.
with Eric.
That is a struggle right there.
Yeah.
The
The struggle is real.
It was really real.
The struggle is real.
All right.
I just looked and it was 4444.
Oh wow, nice.
So is there anything with the Gen Z that you guys think is something that you're seeing in your generation that's coming out now? You know, or is there complaints that you have about like my generation, like Gen Z or Gen X?
Goodness.
I saw what they stereotyped both our generations. It's hostile. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, there's a show that's like Gen Z that came out around our time. It was Rick and Morty. That's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Yep.
That was good.
I work with a guy that like be talking along and be talking and go bleh. I'm like, oh my god.
I can't. He does. I've met him.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
You are
Yeah. Why do you guys think that maybe millennial and Gen Zs are kind of like, I saw the TikTok wars and stuff. Like, I'm curious. I'm just kind of like, what are they battling over? What's going on here? Give me the tea, Gen Z.
I'm not really on that side of TikTok, but from what I've seen, it's Gen Z complaining that like millennials think they're better because they're older. But it doesn't matter what generation you're in, you're gonna complain about the younger generation. I do it now, so.
That is so true. It is.
You know what I think about the Gen Z? I think you guys are so friggin' intelligent.
Oh yeah, very.
I
Yeah.
think that you guys are way more advanced when it comes to certain things. However, I think at the same time, you guys do some of the stupidest shit I've ever seen.
I don't get the humor. I don't get their humor at all. They're jokes. People will laugh, and I'm going, "What's this mean? I need help. What's this mean?" Because I think we had like
Calendar that she keeps in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And we keep it up there just because Bob will be sitting at the table and he'll look at it and he'll go, "What the?" And it has like the one guy is standing naked in it. We did Taylor many times.
Just like there's a couple YouTubers or whatever that Taylor follows.
Yeah, YouTube is a big thing with Gen Z. There's a lot of YouTube groups that I subscribe to.
Well, they made a calendar and she just had to have it. Oh my goodness, it's funny.
you got. Well, I think isn't Gen Z known for like the woke and cancel culture thing too?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny how
When
they
did Gen Z start?
in 97.
I think it's a little bit of Y and Z that are the cancel culture.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that. It's yeah.
And she's raising her hand too. She's cancel culture too. She was raising her hand. Just like that would be me.
A lot of what I do find interesting though is that like our generation seemed to deal with a lot of dark things in more of a humorous way. Like we would try to like make light out of just stressful situations, and we kind of develop like dark humor. But I noticed my kids of the younger generation would be like, "What? Canceled?" And I'm like, "What'd I do?"
Yeah.
For me, I can't keep up with all the terminology. I'm like, don't be angry with me. I'm like old school. We had like one name for this, one name for that, you know? And like my daughter, she has several friends that are transgender and go by And I'll mess up sometimes and say, she instead of he, and mom, Bailey's like, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I just so used to being a certain way. It takes time, and I'm old. I have memory problems. It's not coming from a place of disrespect. It's just
right.
Give me time to adjust. I'm old. I've been doing this way for 50 years. So I can only imagine it's that way for the baby boomers. Let's talk about the baby boomers.
Okay, boomer, even I use that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, when I got grandparents on the phone and they're just, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Why aren't you doing this? I'm like, it's different from your day, grandma. Like, no, it's excuses is what it is. And I'm just like, okay, boomer. No. I love her to death. I do. But I do agree that one stereotype amongst my generation and theirs is we get annoyed.
When did the boomer? Do you know when the generation ended for the boomers, or what the?
I could look it up now. I was gonna write that, but then I was like, I don't know if I should even bring that up, but I wanted to.
Because it's probably pretty much like mine and Carla's parents, because I know my mom is a boomer.
Yes.
Boomer. And then her mother was, I wonder what was before boomers.
They were the silent generation. So the silent generation was from 1928 to 1945. And then baby boomers from 1946 to 1964 are the boomers.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're called baby boomer generation, but I think boomer is just kind of like a terminology in reference to a older generation. Because I've even had Gen Zs call me boomer online, and I'm like,
it's on.
Yeah. Like, Donkey Kong, you little shit. No.
And that's when you get canceled.
Oh, the joys of parenthood and grandparenthood.
No.
He's mad because nobody's paying attention to him.
Oh, sorry. Someone in the
camera. Let's talk about
it. Asked. Let me look that back up for you.
Liam.
Yeah, it ends in 1964, it says. Whispers. And hello, guys. And
Bob was born in 1964.
Oh, so he's a boomer. That makes a lot of sense. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, my grandma is like stereotypical, like boomer though. She's I laugh at her all the time, but she takes pride in it too. But I love that. I do. I think it's all kind of good fun, at least with me. But
yeah, she's the Medea of that generation.
The Medea.
Grandma's attitude.
I can definitely see that about the silent generation too, because they didn't talk about anything.
Yeah, she said that her grandparents wouldn't kiss or hold hands, no public affection. You don't talk about anything. I thought it would have been neat if we could have had like someone from the boomer generation as well. But then I also thought they'd be lecturing every one of us the whole time. So just kidding. I had to. But no.
What generation was it? I think it was the Y generation that started with the letters, like the notes on camera going like this. They couldn't speak, so they would use notes.
Oh. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like their cries for help and stuff, or just that was the thing with the notes.
I guess it's more like
maybe like an emo thing.
Like a what?
Like an emo thing?
What? No.
I don't know.
No, but emo, is that yours? Or
that was me. I was responding and I forgot it was. in yours. So you didn't respond. I did in StreamYard.
Oh,
It looks like you did though, because we're in yours.
oh yeah. I was. I mean, I don't know what they call them these days. I think they're called scene kids. I don't know what
Yeah.
don't know, but yeah, in my day we had like you were either emo, goth, punk. I was kind of a mixture, and you know, we'd get called a poser. But now I think they just have a new terminology for that as well, which I think is scene, if I'm not mistaken.
Scene was like 10 or so years ago. Now it just, if you're
Oh.
any of those, you're like
Oh.
alternative.
Oh. Well, thank you.
See, that's something we just learned.
Right. I'm alternative. Is that like, yeah, because I think I heard some Gen Zers, weren't you talking about that not long ago, Josh? Saying that like hipsters or like the alternative, like millennials were cringy. And I'm like, shut up. I was one of them. Cringe is kind of like a your generation thing too, wouldn't it be? Like, I don't think, did we use cringe back then, Michaela? I don't remember.
I don't never remember using that. So.
Me either.
I don't remember cringe either.
Yeah.
Gross.
I used to go
Gross.
the gag.
Gross.
Made me
Yeah.
gross now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah. Or nasty ass.
Yeah, the
Hi,
label.
Mom. Were your ears ringing? We were talking about the baby boomers.
TT.
We got Bailey and her friends. They're hanging out here, so you might hear them.
All right. So did anyone want to add anything about their generation before we kind of close up soon?
Just like in our generation, you know, and maybe that depends on where you
Coming
live.
back. We've seen a lot of them.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of what?
Mullets.
The mullet.
Oh my gosh, the mullet. No.
We were there
no, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We went to the award ceremony for Taylor,
Whoa.
and all of the kids, all of the
Was that business in the front and party in the back?
Yeah.
No, please.
Not the mullet. I always think of Achy Breaky Heart with what was
Billy
Billy with the mullet.
I think of my dad.
Yeah, they perm them.
They perm them. They're like getting permed mullets. Stop. I don't get it.
I thought perms stopped being a thing like before our generation. Like we ended like perms and stuff. Like we wanted the straighteners and whatnot, but
Curly hair and the straight bangs.
no. No. Oh, don't ask me for a mullet or a perm, Josh.
No, I'm definitely not. I don't even wear Crocs, okay?
That's enough. Although they are very comfy, I will give them that.
I wore them at work in the medical field till they were banned, but I was like, darn it. Now the Croc.
Yeah, word. Yeah.
Word to your mother. Yeah.
Word. Or sick. That was one of my words too. Sick.
I use dope. That's dope.
Dope, yeah. Or dead ass. Like if you're serious. Like dead ass.
Oh
We said rad. That was rad. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's what's up. What's good? What's good? How are you, my guy? My dude. Which I think they still say today, though, but that started in our generation.
I probably had a mullet sometime too. I don't know.
I did.
Mom's
yeah.
got a picture. It's on Grandma's wall, I'm pretty sure.
Mom was so nice to give it back to me.
So you can burn it.
Yeah.
Denise said she had a mullet in 85.
You know, Maria, I would love to do this again and like just, you know, get different points of it. Something interesting, because during our time, I know like that's when house music or like techno started like getting a lot of rise, but over like here, they actually had a lot of like dance styles they would do here with raving and stuff in our generation that was quite different from us in the States. So that would be a neat like country variation too among generations.
And that
What was
probably
similar?
depended on where you lived in the States too. Because where we lived, like when I was growing up, it was just small town. So it was like almost always like classic rock, hard rock.
We ever met the Scorpions?
Scorpions. Oh my gosh.
Here I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Said she liked Ramstein, so maybe.
Ramstein. Yeah.
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 I don't even
she
know
says-
who Ramstein is. I mean, I don't.
Oh, I love it. Do you remember the ones I showed or sent of them kind of like doing the river dance, like, but they were mixing it and shuffling a lot? I just love that. Shuffling. That was big too in our day. But from Brooklyn. Oh, look at the big blue. Well,
Is that
right.
her? Does she have eczema or psoriasis?
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Aw,
You say hi to Grandma.
you are beautiful.
She looks just like her mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Ramstein.
Yeah, I never heard of them until Chris showed me who they were. But
I only knew the one.
yeah, I knew just one from them too. After he showed me, I was like, I've heard that song before. Never knew who sung it, but I'm not too familiar. It's interesting.
I mean, for us, it was like, I mean, I was just talking with Mom earlier today on the phone. I remember because I said, you know, comment today, Mom, when you come, because we're going to be doing generation stuff. And I said, you know, we were going to be talking about like the different kinds of like ways that we had like, you know, records. In her day, it was the 8-track.
Yeah.
8-track albums and 45s and albums when we were younger. When we would go to like Checker Records, remember Carla?
Mm-hmm.
And you'd go into the old record store and it would just be piles and piles and piles. Or on the side, and you would be flipping through all the albums. We were there like once a week, man, in the music store. It was awesome. We would have jam session concerts, like what, every summer, or a few bands every
There
summer.
was a street dance. It was great.
Yeah, it was excellent. It was excellent.
That sounds awesome. I still like the idea of like records and stuff. But CDs came out for us. That was like a big thing. You get a new CD, man, like you know, to play your only 3 songs you like on it. But
Well, check this
I
out.
remember when they switched from VHS to the big those big discs.
Like
I don't know.
what were they called? Blu-ray and
They didn't last long. No,
that's for a computer.
they played movies and they did not last long at all.
yeah. Well, when I was talking with Mom earlier, what, honey? Betamax, maybe. But Mom said my earliest memory was my grandma would come over. I don't remember what house it was. I was little, but my grandma would come over and she would say, Susan, put in that hamburger band. And it was
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's
and so
funny.
Mom would put in the 8-track and start playing it, but it was on a big console. You know, she said it used to have a TV in it. And then also when you open it up, a lot of times they had the record players inside. You'd lift the lid and they had the record player. And they also had the pot or the spot for the 8-track. Yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, play that hamburger band, Susan.
That hamburger band. I know that's freaking hilarious.
He said it was the 45s. Wow. And albums came later. That is so neat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I loved 99 Balloons. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, we talked about it before we went live a bit, but gaming too in our generation. I think it started in like yours with like the arcade, or yeah, you can tell us. And then
arcades, yes. That's why I said for me, the first time I believe I played a video game, I was about 13. And that was at an actual arcade. Those were really popular. You would go to the arcade, the big arcade games and stuff like that, like Galaga, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man. What were some of them, honey? Space Invaders. Yeah, stuff like that.
Pinball was my game. I love pinball.
Oh, yeah. What'd you say, honey?
Sims.
Sims. Oh, yeah. God, I love the Sims. But that came a little bit later. The first one that we got was the ColecoVision. But my Aunt Diane had the 2600, Atari 2600. And it was the Pong. You would just sit there and it was so exciting. Pong, it would go so slow and just go back and forth, back and forth. And now look at video games now. It's like amazing.
yeah, I think we started off with like a normal Nintendo. They were like more boxy and had like the thicker game things you would slide in. Yeah. And then it went to Super Nintendo, where we had the cartridges you put in the top. And then when PS1 came out, like in Sega, Dreamcast, I mean, and yeah, the Game Boy was really big too. One time, definitely, yeah. But it was like what really blew up gaming in my time I can remember is like Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, The Sims,
Halo
game.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider. I love that game.
I played Final Fantasy.
I was just about to say that. Yep. And so what about you guys for gaming? Now we got it everywhere and on phones and
it is everywhere. Oh my God.
I play more Combat, Call of Duty, and Fortnite. Minecraft.
I remember we had the Wii.
Oh yeah.
That was huge. And we even had the Wii Fitness board, and I played all the time.
oh, I love that.
We had the Wii for a little bit. And I remember the boxing one.
Yeah.
You should have seen me, you guys. I'm like, give him an uppercut. Just
Now we got like the Oculus.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Kelly, our friend
That
Kelly
is
has Oculus.
I have it.
So cool.
we have a couple Oculus. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The
I want
VR.
Plans coming up.
What? What'd you say?
I said my birthday's coming up.
Oh, you can have them. We never use them. They're like the little things that you hook up with your phone, right? Yeah.
Oh.
It's got a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have that. I have the virtual one for the computer. I think it's called Oculus as well. If I'm
That's called Oculus Rift.
yeah, VR. Did I get that right, Josh?
Oh,
Is
ours
it-
are not Oculus, he said. They're what? Google's.
They're Oculus Rift.
Oh, it's the Rift. Twister.
Twister. Mom said there were games in the games in her day was Twister
And sorry.
Sorry.
and Monopoly and
Yeah.
Go Fish.
Chinese checkers.
Yeah.
We used to play the heck out of that.
Oh yeah.
We would too, but there are a lot of young ears, so I won't get into that. Parties
Yeah.
and Twitter.
Oh, I remember that.
Poker.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I think that's how you were conceived.
Conceived.
Luciano.
Yes. Mom and Dad were playing a game of strip poker. Yup. Along comes Rochelle.
That's
I
why.
love that.
Uh-huh.
My parents had conceived me on a bar roof.
On a bar roof. Nice.
Why?
Because they could. And it was what happened in those days.
It was very happening in those days.
And they didn't know. They both laughed about it because they didn't know that the tar on top of it was just done and still.
Oh no!
But yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have the kind of activities that we have now. They didn't
No,
have anything else better to do. That's why their families were so big.
Yep.
Now we've got distractions called video games, internet, social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom's telling me to be quiet. Sorry, Mom. Denise says I was conceived in a car. Yep, see, it was that generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. This was fun, you guys.
Well, I am grateful that they did conceive you guys, or I would never met you. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
but we've reached a little over an hour, ladies. I'm gonna have to wrap it up here, but this was so fun. And thank you, and thank all of you who joined us today. This was great, and yeah. So until next time,
From the pictures.
and much love.